When I made the Ninja 250 video, I stated, don't question why I moved up to an R6 after uh, proclaiming so much love for the Ninja. Well, I figured you guys actually deserved a better explanation than that. So I'll tell you why I specifically moved up to the R6 after owning this Ninja. One, it was always my intention to get a bigger displacement bike from the get-go, but I decided that the smart thing to do would be to start on a Ninja 250 and really learn how to ride motorcycle well, because I hadn't known how to ride motorcycle up to that point. This is the first bike I ever owned. I only took the MSF course last year and jumped straight into it and started small with the Ninja 250 like I had heard so many people recommend, and then went straight on to getting the R6 after putting a year on this machine. Now, another reason why I decided to get a bigger bike was ease of use on the interstate. And I'm not talking like 4-lane traffic. I'm not talking like major highways in big cities. What I mean specifically is there's a highway called 212, and it runs right from my town to the Twin Cities. And it's 2-lane it's 120 miles long. For at least 90 miles of it, it's 2 lanes, okay? And this is a major trucking route. So when I encounter a semi-truck on the highway, they're only going 55, 60 tops, and anyone who rides motorcycle knows going 55, 60 the whole time isn't that much fun, first of all. Second of all, once you catch up to a semi going, say even 65, you're going to catch up to one. And when you catch up to him, you're going to be stuck in his draft, the wind coming out the back of his trailer. And that is no fun. To anyone who rides a motorcycle, you know that is not fun. You know, having that crap hitting you, making your bike shake like this, and making your helmet blow around and everything, it's not fun. Even if you're all tucked into the fairings, it still sucks being stuck behind a big trailer like this. So you want to pass them, but with the Ninja 250, when you're going 65, it's not like it can't go faster, but it takes a little while for it to spin up to have enough extra like RPMs to go that fast, to pass, you know? So you really have to plan in advance. You have to kind of ride the line and look around and make sure that there's going to be room and that nothing's coming. And if the next thing's kind of a corner or something, you're going to be stuck behind that truck for a while, getting rocks thrown up in your face and stuff. So really, it was kind of a necessity for me if I wanted to keep riding to the Twin Cities to get a bigger bike. Also, I felt uncomfortable leaving this engine because it revs so high running for that long. Now, one of the last reasons why I felt I needed a bigger bike was because a few times in the last year I would transport my girlfriend on this bike, and it was like really hard because I'm 240 pounds and this bike's maximum capacity is 340. Now, my girlfriend at the time was only 120 pounds, but still, that's already over the weight capacity, and she's a pretty little girl, you know what I mean? So I realized that this thing is kind of bad unless you're, I'm obviously a bigger guy, but if, you are average size, let's say you're a 170 pound dude, and you have a 130 pound girlfriend, well, you guys already have 300 pounds out of your maximum 340 allowed, so that's not factoring in your gear or anything, So that was something else that made me want to get a bigger bike, was just having an engine that had more, I don't know what the word would be, towing capability, something that could have a little more weight to it. But those were my basic reasons. Was I felt like I was ready to move on. I felt like I had built up my skills enough. I wanted more a more highway capable bike, and I wanted to be able to bring my girlfriend on my bike without feeling like I'm taxing the engine to the point where it's gonna, explode. Plus, this bike doesn't handle too well when you have it maxed out in the weight department. It's really hard to deal with having a passenger on this bike, especially if you're a heavier guy like myself. Now, if you're a 140-pound dude and your girlfriend's 100 pounds, obviously you guys still have a lot more wiggle room than me. I know everyone's not the same, but you know, in my situation, I definitely needed to move up a little bit. But by myself, obviously this bike handles just fine. So that's something to bear in mind. And the thing I love about this bike still is how maneuverable it is. Like, I have no fear in any situation I go into as far as maneuverability goes. Anyways, that's my reasons why I moved on to the R6 after this. Oh, and if you're wondering why I picked an R6 specifically, I picked an R6 specifically because of Yamaha's fuel injection system. I didn't want to deal with carburetors anymore. I wanted to move straight on to fuel injection. Because there is nothing quite like having the ability to just turn on your bike and wait 30 seconds, it's ready to go, and it always has instantaneous power. Now, I know you can argue that I'll never be able to, you know, mod it or change it so that it will go faster by messing with the carbs, but I really don't care about that. This bike is plenty fast on its own. So, just my 2 cents.